they say the biggest names and get people to tune in, get eyes, clicks, and clout chasing. So clout chasing. I don't give a fuck about.
Shakur Stevenson calls Gervonta Davis's retirement plans soft, challenging his commitment to boxing and sparking heated debate over the future of their potential showdown.
I mean, if he want to retire with the career that he got, then go ahead and do whatever you got to do. So I disagree with it. I think it's soft, but that's on him.
Stevenson has stirred up a conversation in the boxing world by publicly criticizing Gervonta Davis's retirement plans. Davis, the WBA lightweight champion, shocked fans in December by announcing that he intends to retire from boxing after 2025. His frustration with the sport's politics has played a significant role in this decision, as he expressed dissatisfaction with how the business side of boxing interferes with the fighters. Davis confirmed that his next fight, set for March 1st against Lamont Roach Jr., could be his final appearance before walking away from the sport.
25 is at the next year. I'm out of it.
After our second fight.
You're out of it?
Yeah.
Care to elaborate on that?
Out of the sport.
After our second fight. Nah, no, I'm gonna win, bro.
Nah, I could tell you my fights.
Davis's announcement to retire while still at the peak of his career has sparked mixed reactions within the boxing community. While some fans are supportive of his decision to leave the sport on his own terms, many are left questioning whether it's the right move given his immense success and popularity. Shakur Stevenson, the reigning WBC lightweight champion, has made it clear that he disagrees with Davis's choice. Stevenson, known for his technical prowess and superior boxing skills, openly criticized Davis's plans, calling it soft and implying that the timing of the decision was premature.
Do you still think that fight's possible? I know he might have a break after that fight with Lamont Roach, but do you feel like you guys could fight 2025 or 2026?
I ain't gonna lie, I ain't into chasing people around. I mean, if he's willing to fight, I'm ready to fight, and I think it should happen, but I ain't gonna lie, I can't sit there and chase you and then he could try to make it seem as though I need him and I don't need him. So
Stevenson's comments have added fuel to the fire regarding the ongoing rivalry between the two lightweight champions. Stevenson's remarks are particularly notable given that the fight between him and Davis has been one of the most highly anticipated matchups in recent years. For many, a showdown between the two would be the ultimate test of contrasting styles. Stevenson's technical brilliance against Davis's explosive knockout power. The possibility of this fight happening appears slim if Davis follows through on his plans to retire early, which has left fans disappointed and wondering about the potential lost legacy.
It's a lame game, dog. Like, I think boxing has turned very lame. So it's a lot of politics. It ain't about what you know. It ain't about how good you is as a boxer. Sometimes it's like who you know. So yeah, I mean, I get it. I understand.
The fight between Stevenson and Davis would undoubtedly be a thrilling spectacle, with both men possessing the skills and attributes to make it a classic. Davis, known for his aggressive style and devastating knockout power, has proven time and again that he can end a fight in a flash. On the other hand, Stevenson has been lauded for his exceptional defensive techniques, ring IQ, and ability to control the pace of a fight with his technical ability. Many boxing enthusiasts have long debated who would come out on top in a matchup between the two, with the consensus being that it would be a highly competitive contest.
Who have Shakur? What have Shakur done? What have he done in the sport? He haven't done nothing. The young one is looking more better than him.
Who that?
The Keyshawn looking way more better than this. I keep screaming his name. He haven't done nothing. Keyshawn haven't even done nothing.
So what do you say to those who
I
might
keep
be
saying
afraid?
his name for.
So what do you say to those who might be saying that, Tank is afraid of Shakur?
Afraid of what? Afraid of what? Us fighters, if we're afraid of somebody, it gotta be somebody hitting us and hurting us. Like, he don't have no offense. Everything is defense. Defense only win in basketball and football. That shit In boxing?
Floyd Mayweather, who has long served as Davis's mentor, weighed in on the debate surrounding the two fighters, offering his perspective on their respective skills. Mayweather, widely regarded as one of the greatest boxers of all time, compared the two in terms of their abilities. While he acknowledged that Davis is likely the most powerful puncher at 135 pounds, Mayweather was quick to point out that Stevenson is the most skilled. According to Mayweather, Stevenson's technical ability is unparalleled in the division, drawing comparisons to the legendary Pernell Whitaker, who was known for his exceptional defensive skills and ring craft.
The two guys, well, the biggest puncher, I feel, at the 135 would probably be Gervonta Tank Davis. But the most skillful fighter at 135 would be hands down Shakur Stevenson.
Mayweather's comments reflect a growing belief that Stevenson is one of the most technically sound fighters in the lightweight division. However, the question remains whether Stevenson's skills alone will be enough to overcome Davis's formidable power. Many analysts believe that Davis's ability to land the right shots at the right time could give him the edge in a potential fight. With Davis's knockout power and Stevenson's more methodical approach, the fight could unfold in a variety of ways, depending on who can impose their will on the other.
Well, it's really all about skills. Pernell Whitaker wasn't a huge puncher, but he was, very exciting, very tough, and he fought everybody. And Shakur is trying to do the same thing. He want to fight the best they got out there.
Chris Algieri also weighed in on the debate, offering his take on the potential matchup. Algieri praised Davis for his high boxing IQ and his ability to set up devastating punches. He noted that Davis's confidence in his power allows him to take risks and wait for the right opportunities to land his knockout blows. However, Algieri also pointed out some hesitation in Stevenson's approach. He noted that Stevenson's concern about getting hurt could be a factor, as he exhibited some reluctance to fully engage in his fight against Jamel Herring. Algieri believes that Davis could exploit this hesitation and capitalize on any mistakes Stevenson makes, making it a challenging fight for the WBC champion.
Gervonta is actually a much better boxer than he gets credit for. He has a very good boxing IQ too, but man, he's got game-changing power, and his ability to believe in his power and find those shots is important. And the De Los Santos fight showed you Shakur has some limitations, and it comes from up here. You said he's a cerebral fighter. Yeah, well, he thinks a lot about being protected, being protected, but getting hurt by guys. De Los Santos, very dangerous puncher, made him handcuff himself, tried to slow the fight down. Listen, Tank likes a slow fight as well. So now I think we're going to have a very, very slow matchup between these two. But the guy who's going to be landing the game-changing power, he's going to hit you on the elbow, he's going to hit you on the hip, he's going to get on the inside, he's going to work his way in. Davis has the ability, based on the De Los Santos hesitancy from Shakur, to take advantage and take rounds and to land the big power that he's got.
Others, like Kermel Moten, believe the fight would be a true 50-50 contest. Moten noted that we still don't know how Stevenson's chin would hold up against Davis's power. He argued that if Stevenson can withstand Davis's punches and continue to outpoint him with his superior technique, he could win the fight. However, if Stevenson is unable to take Davis's punches, the power disparity could quickly shift the momentum in favor of the Baltimore native. Moten remains on the fence about who would win, but he leans slightly towards Stevenson due to his skills and technical ability.
I don't know, that's also a 50-50 fight, you know. That could really go either way. We never seen Shakur's chin tested, so we don't really know if he has a chin to take Tank's shots. But because he don't get hit. But maybe he does have a chin. He takes Tank's shot, and then he just keeps landing, winning them rounds because Tank give away rounds. Maybe he wins unanimous decision, or maybe he doesn't have a chin, and Tank does what he does. So I don't really know. I'm gonna lean towards Shakur though.
Eddie Hearn echoed the excitement surrounding the potential fight between Davis and Stevenson, calling it one of the best matchups that could be made in boxing. He emphasized that it would be a true clash of styles, with Davis's raw power pitted against Stevenson's refined technique. Hearn also noted that the fight could open up new avenues for future collaborations between Matchroom Boxing and PBC, should the two sides be able to come to terms.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I think that's a different animal. Myself and Louis DeCubas have always made fights. We've always done great business, and this was another example of that. It's a great fight. It's the best feed the best. We'll see if that opens up any doors to work more closely together this year.
Oscar De La Hoya said that Shakur Stevenson is currently the best boxer in the world despite him getting criticized for his style. Oscar stated, "I don't think anybody will get in the way of that fight. I'm Zepeda's promoter and I actually want to make that fight. I think Shakur right now, skill-wise, is probably the best fighter on the planet today. Tremendous skills, but he has to be able to sell tickets." Meanwhile, Canelo Alvarez offered his perspective on the two champions. Canelo praised Stevenson for his defensive skills and his ability to control the pace of a fight. However, when asked about a potential fight between the two, Canelo expressed a preference for Davis, citing his knockout power as a deciding factor. In Canelo's view, Davis's ability to end a fight with a single punch gives him a significant advantage over Stevenson.
If you had to put money on a fight, I know you don't bet on fights, and the fight was Gervonta Davis against Shakur Stevenson, who would you say would win?
Look, Shakur Stevenson is a good fighter. He moves a lot, and it's very difficult to get hit. To hit him. But I like Gervonta Davis.
Okay.
He's a really good fighter. He hits hard, and he knows how to go forward. So I put my money on Gervonta.
Other analysts, like Andy Rozier, have called the fight a classic puncher versus boxer matchup, with Davis's knockout power counterbalanced by Stevenson's technical brilliance. Rozier expressed admiration for both fighters, but ultimately backed Davis due to his ability to apply pressure and land big shots. Rozier acknowledged that if Stevenson can outbox Davis and avoid getting caught, he could control the fight and possibly earn a decision victory. However, Rozier emphasized that Davis's power and pressure could overwhelm Stevenson, particularly if the fight goes deep into the later rounds.
Well, I tell you like this, Shakur is a talented fighter. Tank, that's like my ride and die. I like guys that get people in trouble and knock them out. So I'm always riding with Tank. It will be a spectacular bout. I mean, you have the age-old puncher versus boxer at its best. Now, if Tank allows Shakur to get ahead too far, then he might not be able to catch up to him. On the flip side of that, if Tank gets in there and Shakur makes a mistake, it only takes one for the lights to be out.
Jorge Linares feels that Gervonta Davis stops Shakur Stevenson. He stated, "If Gervonta is fighting with Shakur Stevenson, it's more of an easy fight. I like Shakur, but he has so many crazy things right now. For me, it's more exciting to see Lomachenko with Gervonta. If that fight happens with Shakur, it's easy. With Shakur, Davis can do whatever he wants to do. Maybe decision, maybe KO. If that fight with Shakur can happen, I think Gervonta can kill this guy." Keyshawn Davis weighed in on the matchup, predicting that his cousin would come out on top. He praised Stevenson's skill set, particularly his defensive abilities, and argued that Stevenson's superior technique would give him the edge in a closely contested battle. Keyshawn acknowledged that Davis possesses exceptional offensive skills, but he believed that Stevenson's defensive prowess would allow him to avoid Davis's dangerous punches and outpoint him over the course of the fight.
I think Shakur will win. I think Shakur got better skill, and of course he's just better defensively. I'm always going with the better skill, the better defensive fighter. Tank's skill is phenomenal, but I just feel like he's offense first. I feel like he's offense first, or I feel like Tank is the type of fighter where he'll either be offensive first, or he's very, 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 very patient, and then just try to catch you slipping. You know what I'm saying? And certain fighters, it's just smart. So I just think Shakur will win that fight. It'll be a hell of a fight, a hard fight. And it's definitely going to be a split decision. But I got Shakur.
Robert Merriweather had a different outlook on the fight, suggesting that Davis's experience and power would ultimately be too much for Stevenson to overcome. Merriweather pointed out that while Stevenson and other skilled fighters like Devin Haney have strong technical abilities, they may lack the punching power necessary to deter Davis's aggression. He stressed that Stevenson would need to bulk up and develop more power if he hopes to compete effectively against Davis's explosive style.
But with Tank, and he has the experience on them because he's a little older than them, and he has the pop. And we don't know if Shakur or Devin has the pop to keep Tank off of him. I mean, he goes in there and he's just looking to kill. So he takes a shot and he's gonna give it right back. So we got to see if Shakur is going to be able to build that muscle up and build that power up to keep him off of him. But for right now.
Another perspective came from boxing commentator Showbiz the Adult, who expressed doubts about Stevenson's ability to defeat Davis. He argued that while Stevenson is a skilled boxer, he may struggle to match Davis's pressure and knockout power. According to Showbiz, Stevenson's slickness would not be enough to avoid Davis's heavy punches, and he questioned whether Stevenson's power would be sufficient to keep Davis from closing the distance. Showbiz confidently predicted that if the fight took place, Davis would ultimately knock Stevenson out.
I can't
Garcia, who currently trains pound-for-pound star Jesse Bam Rodriguez, among others, believes Davis is unbeatable at lightweight. Garcia said, "He's unbelievable, man. I think Tank at this point is unbeatable at the lightweight division against any of the world champions. I think he's the top guy right now in that division. He had a great performance. He has the timing, power, accuracy. Everything is great, man. He's a perfect fighter right now." Even legendary figures like Mike Tyson weighed in on the potential fight, giving their thoughts on how the matchup could unfold. Tyson, known for his own ferocious punching power, acknowledged that Stevenson's defensive skills would make him a difficult fighter to beat. However, Tyson pointed out that Davis's style would bring out the best in Stevenson, forcing him to engage in ways he may not want to. Tyson described Davis as a monster who could give Stevenson the kind of challenge that would force him to truly test his skills. Tyson ultimately leaned toward Davis due to his overwhelming power and ability to pressure opponents.
Mike, who will win out of Shakur and Gervonta?
Gervonta Davis?
Yeah.
I like to go with Tank. You know, everyone's gonna go with Tank, you know. It would be a very interesting fight. Shakur takes a good shot, though. He's a specialist. That's why some fights that he doesn't look good in, because he's so superior. He is boring watching sometimes. But he's a specialist. He knows what he's doing. He's hard to beat. To bring out the best in Shakur, you gotta pressure him like Tank. Tank will bring out the best of him, and we'll see a great fight. Tank is just a monster right now.
Jarrett Hurd insists that no one in the 135-pound division, including Lomachenko or Stevenson, is immune to Gervonta Davis's explosive power, warning that Tank's knockout threat is always looming.
Can anybody take that power at 135, in your opinion?
Hell no. Hell no, man. If you look back on PBC, where everybody's hitting that punch machine, Deontay Wilder, Eddie Reed, all them, Tank got the highest joint for a reason. Your man got bricks.
Eddie Atlas argues that Davis is the only fighter capable of cracking Shakur Stevenson's defensive style, claiming that Tank has the tools to solve the puzzle that Stevenson presents in the ring.
Because Shakur Stevenson is that difficult, because of his style, because of his abilities, because of his eyes, because of his, his legs, that his hand speed, the way that he controls range. Tank Davis is the only guy that I can see that could possibly decipher that style and beat Shakur Stevenson.
Shackle Daily confidently asserts that Gervonta Davis only needs one punch to defeat Shakur Stevenson, predicting that Tank will find a way to break through Stevenson's defenses in the later rounds and claim victory.
So if he faces Shakur Stevenson, how you see that going?
So I feel as though he gets Shakur in the later rounds. If he gets Shakur in the later rounds, I'm about to say Tank really has like that one type of power. Like all he really needs is one punch. Shakur, he gets hit, but he don't get hit a lot, so it'd be like a back and forth type fight.
The debate about a potential fight between Shakur Stevenson and Gervonta Davis continues to fuel conversations among fans, analysts, and boxing legends alike. So what are your thoughts about this fight? Do let us know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe and check out some of our other videos on the screen right now.